Okay, can everybody hear me okay? Okay, so congrats on committing to Cal and welcome to our A2F campus tour. So we're a group of Berkeley students who know each other from Acts 2 Fellowship, a Christian group on campus. And we're really excited that you could join us for today. So my name is Ryan. I'm a junior at Cal studying data science, and I'm originally from Diamond Bar, which is a city in Southern California. So let us know in the chat where you're tuning in from, so maybe we can all get to know each other a little bit better. So we're hoping that you'll get a better sense of campus, even though much of the fall semester will be virtual. We have students stationed on the ground at different locations on campus to show you what they're like in real time. And we've also prepared some videos to show you more of Berkeley. So before we start, you want to hover in between the screen and my face. You want to drag that handle to the left so that the two are resized to about the same width. And if anybody's having any technical difficulties, just feel free to type it out in the chat and someone will help you out. All right, so let's introduce our wonderful tour guides for today.
Hey guys, I'm your Southside tour guide, which is the best and main part of campus. My name is Cameron. I'm a junior studying English. And yeah, I'm gonna show you guys Southside.
Ryan.
Hey guys, my name's Ryan. I'm a junior studying mechanical engineering, and my hometown is Irvine in SoCal.
Hi guys, my name is James. I'm a senior studying sociology and design. I'm from Anaheim, which is in Southern California, woo, and I'll be showing you around East Side. Shout out to my bear pairs, Arvin and Hosea, who are on this call. Thanks for being here. Woo.
Thank you, James. Great to have you. So we'll begin our tour at Cedar Gate. So what better place to start the tour than the front of campus? Or rather, at least it used to be the front of campus. So campus used to begin at Cedar Gate, but then it got extended to include Sproul Plaza. So let's go to Cameron, who's on campus now and can tell us a little bit more.
So I'm on Sproul Plaza right now, which is where you'll see a lot of students exiting and entering the main part of Berkeley. And so this is Cedar Gate. There's some people like playing the drums and electric guitar there right now, so it might be kind of loud, but Sather Gate was basically donated by this woman named Jane K. Sather, who was a benefactor of the university, and it was donated because of her late husband Peter Sather. And you might recognize this gate from two movies. It was in Monsters University, which is which is how they based the main part of campus on Berkeley, and then it was also in Ant-Man and the Wasp, where they just go to Berkeley and then you'll be able to see the gate.
Okay, thank you, Cameron. So basically, everybody passes through Sather Gate at some point in their college careers. And as you'd expect from such a high traffic area, there's usually a lot going around Sather Gate. You can usually expect a cappella groups near the gate singing, or people hanging around the gate waiting to give you a flyer. So sometimes there's even protests blocking the gate, and you have to walk around through a creek called Strawberry Creek in order to get to class. So let's show you guys a quick video of some B-roll of Sproul. So Sather Gate is part of the historic Sproul Plaza, a major center for student activity that housed many protests throughout the So before we move on to the next location, I wanted to let you know that there's going to be a chance to win a Cal Starter Pack with cool merch and more. So each person attending this Zoom will automatically get their name entered into a raffle, but we'll have trivia guessing games throughout. And if you get them correct, we'll enter your name into the raffle extra times. So if you get a question correct, be sure to keep track of your points. There will be a link later to self-report how many points you all have. So let's start with one of our trivia questions. So the first trivia question, first person to type in the chat the number of majors and minors combined that Berkeley offers will get an additional raffle entry. Okay, that's time. So I see at least one person who got it right. The correct answer is actually 150 majors and minors. So now let's go back to the tour where Cameron will show us the MLK Student Union.
Hey guys, so right across from Sprout, still on Sprout Plaza is MLK, this building right here, this gigantic one. It's basically the main student union building. There's a lot of club events and meetings here and a lot of resources for students. So a lot of people will come here to print in the computer lab, or they'll come here to study. There's also an Amazon hub locker there. So if you want to purchase anything, then it'll get delivered here. And they also have, on the first floor, they have like different foods and also coffee. So you can come here in the morning if you have class early. And yeah, this is where people mostly hang out and just study in their free time.
Okay, thanks, Cameron. So let's move on to our next slide. Okay, so far we've seen Sproul and MLK. Sproul is the first circle on this little diagram, and then we walked all the way to MLK building. So now let's go to East Side. So while Cameron goes to his next South Side location, let's get a glimpse of the East Side. So we'll start at what's known as Bancroft, and then we'll show you the walk to Haas, and then James will take it away on the ground at Haas. So before we get started, we'll show some quick B-roll of East Side.
This is the entrance to the east side of campus. If you can see the Berkeley Law sign, you know you're in the right place. It used to be called Bolt Law School, but that's a story for a different day. If you keep walking, you'll bump into Worcester. Worcester is the architecture building, and ironically, it's in competition to be the ugliest building along with Evans. You be the judge. Walking down some more, you'll pass the music library and Hertz Hall. Then on your left, you can see the faculty glade. If you accidentally step on the seals by Memorial Glade, you can run here to roll down the hill and get a 4.0.
Okay, so James, why don't you take it away?
Alrighty, hope you guys can hear me okay. Hi guys, James again. I'm at Haas School of Business. Haas is known for its competitive business program, which is the second oldest in the nation. It has this new building called Chu Hall, which is considered to be the greenest academic building in the nation, fun fact. And from these halls, there've been, taking a closer look, there's been some like CEOs, Olympians, various inventors. You might know some of them, like Mark Bedane, president of the Las Vegas Raiders, and Paul Mirage, who co-invented the Hot Pockets. Regardless of whether you're a business major or not, I would highly recommend taking at least one class from the Haas department during your college years. Many of my friends have taken classes here through topics like public speaking, marketing, leadership, and they said it was super worthwhile. So hopefully you can check that out once you're here. All right, back to you, Ryan.
Okay, thank you, James, for showing us the Haas School of Business. So now we're going to look at our next location, which is called the VLSB, and this is where Cameron will be. So the VLSB stands for Valley Life Sciences Building. It's one of 4 building projects: the Life Sciences Building, Life Science Addition, Coachland Hall, and the Northwest Animal Facility. And these buildings were undertaken to revitalize the biological sciences on the UC Berkeley campus. But the VLSB was the most ambitious. It was constructed in 1930, and it was considered to be state-of-the-art and was completely gutted and reconstructed on the interior. So Cameron, why don't you take it away for us?
Thanks, Ryan. So this is VLSB. As you can see, it's gigantic. When it was built, it was the largest academic building in the world, and also the largest building west of the Mississippi River. And then I'm on the north side right now. So then if you enter, I can't enter right now, but then if you enter on the first floor, there's a full cast Tyrannosaurus Rex. And also on this north side, there's this semicircular bench here. And basically how it goes is that if you stand right in the middle of this bench and you say something, then it'll echo and then you'll be able to hear yourself. So if you just like yell like, "I love Berkeley" or something, then you'll be able to hear yourself echo. So definitely try that out when you guys come on campus.
Okay, thanks Cameron for showing us the VLSB. On screen, I attached a photo of it. So let us know if you think the photo looks better or the real life video looks better. And this is a photo of one of the fossils or replicas in VLSB. So this is a T-Rex skeleton. And so that'll wrap up south side. So now we'll go on to James to finish up the east side. Now let's cut to our tour guide, James, who's made it all the way to the Greek Theater.
Awesome. Hi guys, James again. I'm in front of Cal Memorial Stadium, which is right down the street from Greek Theater because unfortunately the theater is closed due to COVID. But just to tell you a little bit about the Greek Theater, here's Cal Memorial Stadium. Woo! But yeah, a little about the Greek Theater. It hosts the Berkeley Jazz Festival, pop, rock, and all types of music concerts, UC Berkeley graduation ceremonies. I have some friends on this call who graduated there. Shout out to y'all. Addresses by keynote speakers and other events. Some past speakers you might know here include like President Theodore Roosevelt, Billy Graham, and even the Dalai Lama. Popular music artists who performed here include some artists we just heard in this activity actually. So like Maggie Rogers, Chance the Rapper, Hosier and Odessa. And one event that we have that's super hype is called the Big Game Bonfire Rally, which happens right before the big game, which is this epic football game that we play against Stanford every year. And hopefully once you arrive, you'll get the chance to attend and experience all the good vibes there at least once. Back to you, Ryan.
Okay, thanks, James. We've just seen the Greek Theater by James. And believe it or not, this is an actual photo of me at a concert at Greek Theater. It was very crazy that year. And I really look forward to, when Greek Theaters open again. So now we're gonna move on to our north side. We're gonna get our first peek at north side. So while James walks all the way to Pimentel for you guys, we'll start on the north side of campus. So north side is home to many of the engineering and math departments. I know many of you guys are engineering or math. So today we'll show you 3 buildings: Soda Hall, Evans, and Hearst Mining. So Ryan's first going to show us around Soda Hall. So why don't you take it away, Ryan?
Thanks, Ryan. I'm here at the Soda Echeverry Breezeway, and behind me, you can see Soda Hall, which is the home to the computer science department. Let me turn my camera around. So if you take any CS classes, you'll likely have discussions and labs here. It's a bit of a trek from Southside, but if it's a CS class and it's coronavirus time, then attendance is definitely optional. So as a student enrolled in a CS class, you'll have 24-hour access to this building and the lab computers. You can even shower on the first floor. I wouldn't recommend it though. Inside, there's Wozniak Lounge, named after Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, where you can find students working on projects or info sessions hosted by clubs for industry engineers. A little bonus, at the end of the breezeway, you can see Jacobs Hall, which is the home to the infamous Jacobs Makerspace, where they have everything from laser cutters to sewing machines to fancy 3D printers. And on the left, you'll see Echeverry, home of the MECI department and the IEOR Nuki department. There's even a nuclear reactor in the basement, fun fact.
Yeah, so like Ryan was saying, CS is one of the most popular majors at Cal, as you guys probably already know. It's tied in #1 in rankings with CMU, MIT, and Stanford for the best undergraduate CS classes. You'll also find many non-CS majors dabbling in intro CS classes, such as 61A and 61B. CS 61A has an enrollment of 2,000 students, making it one of the largest undergraduate classes in the nation, which is bigger than the whole freshman class at most private universities. Most of the CS department's TAs are actually undergraduate students, which just shows the big teaching culture at Cal. So we'll show you guys a quick video of some B-roll at Soda. Okay, that was a quick video of Soda. So I just got word that James got to Pimentel, home of many chemistry lectures. But before we move on to Pimentel, let's have another trivia game. So write in the chat to guess how many elements were invented in Berkeley. If you can't think of any, get creative and make some up. So you guys can make up names for any possible Berkeley elements. See some really good guesses in the chat. We'll give everybody around 10 more seconds. Okay, 5 more seconds. Final guesses. Just write anything. I'd write like helium, hydrogen, you know, all the elements that I know. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Inez, for typing out the answer in the chat. So Berkelium, Californium, those are some, you know, some very humble elements that we chose over the years. So James, why don't you take it away to Pimentel?
Thanks, Ryan. Alrighty, so I'm here at Pimentel, which was built in 1964. Fun fact, related to the periodic table note, there were 16 chemical elements that were discovered at the Berkeley lab here, like californium, berkelium, and lawrencium. Lawrencium was named for, it was named actually after the founder of the Berkeley lab, so Ernest O. Lawrence, who was a physics professor and also a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Yeah, the hall, it's named after George C. Pimentel, who is an inventor of the Mars infrared spectrometer. I don't know if that rings a bell, but yeah, most classes here are chemistry lectures. So if you're a chemistry major or bio or anything like health, pre-med related, you'll probably have a class here. But chances are you'll be taking at least one of your finals throughout your college career in this building. Back to you, Ryan.
Thanks, James. Okay. So I created this slide because Pimentel really reminds me of the brick house from the Three Little Pigs. So if you guys don't know the story, it's like, you know, there's 3 pigs, they're building their house, and, you know, these 2 pigs with the hay and wood, you know, they just wanted to relax and they weren't spending too much time on their house. But this 3rd pig, like, he built a really strong house out of brick. And the story goes that, like, you know, the wood house, obviously the wood house is going to be blown down by a wolf. Why didn't he not see that coming? So that house was blown down and it was very tragic. The straw house also blew down from the wolf, but the wolf went to Berkeley and tried to interrupt my story. Okay, the wolf tried to go to Berkeley and, you know, they tried to blow down the famous Pimentel hall to get access to all the chemistry equipment inside the hall. But, you know, since we built it out of brick, that didn't happen. So go Berkeley, go Bears. So thanks, James, for showing us East Side. Now we're going to go to Ryan back at North Side. So on this map, we first started on South Side over here, and then we went all the way to James on East Side over here. And now we're gonna go back to the North Side of campus and we're gonna talk about Evans. So Ryan, why don't you take it away? Okay, I think the probably connection is pretty bad there at Evans. So it's okay, we'll move on to the slides, and then at the end, if the connection's better, then we'll go to Ryan. So basically, we can see Evans on the photos. Here, I have some photos of Evans. Sometimes I get confused which photo is Evans. So yeah, it's pretty difficult. But but I'm just kidding. Evans is a nice building. I've had many classes at Evans, but it's definitely, you know, it's definitely not one of the nicer places at Berkeley, to say the least. So transitioning into our interactive activity, many myths about Evans have arisen over the years. So let's test your knowledge. So those who get this right will get an extra raffle point. So we have 4 myths for you guys, and one of them is actually true. So which one of these is true? A, it's Oski's home. B, it inspired the movie depiction of Azkaban from Harry Potter. C, it has been a candidate for demolition for many years because of its rusting frame and poor seismic score. And D, it's the reason why Cal is second to UCLA in the 2018 top public university rankings. Give everybody some time. Fun fact, when I went to Cal, it was #1 public university. And then after I stayed for a year, it became #2. So definitely not salty about that still. So it's all my fault. True. It's kind of weird. Ever since I went to college, you know, the college ranking dropped. So class of 2022, I don't know. What's wrong with you guys? Okay, so now let's reveal the answer. The answer is C. It has been a candidate for demolition for many years because of its rusting frame and poor seismic score. So next time you're taking a class, you know, on the 5th floor of Evans, just remember this fact. It'll probably give you a good state of mind. So let's see if Ryan is back. Looks like he is. So Ryan can show us Evans, and he can show us Hearst Mining Building.
So this is a different view of Evans. You can see it's tall and ugly greenness, but a very good view from here. But I'm standing in the Hearst Mining Circle, which is also known colloquially as the engineering quad. So Pimentel is over here. And then this nice looking building here is called Hearst Mining Building. Now, can any of you guess which department is housed here? First one to type in chat gets 2 raffle points. Yeah, so the correct answer is actually the Material Science Department, or MSE, Material Science Engineering. So I can't say I've ever taken a material science class, but you might have a lecture in one of the lecture halls here if you're taking an engineering class. The atrium just inside those 2 wooden doors is one of the most aesthetic places on campus. You'll see a lot of people taking profile pictures or pictures for their clubs or LinkedIn's here. Behind me, you can also see these 3 ring things, or that's more than 3, but the ring things, it's normally a fountain, but it's obviously off right now. But you'll also find a lot of people taking their graduation pictures here. There's also a nice view of the Campanile.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. So let's show some quick B-roll of Hearst Mining.
Architecture building.
Okay, Hearst is right here. Okay, I feel so relaxed looking at Hearst. So this is a photo of Hearst, and this is a photo of the interior of Hearst. So it looks pretty cool. It reminds me of Hogwarts, you know, with all the ladders and staircases. But enough about that. Let's check if everybody's still awake with another trivia time. So Hearst was constructed in 1907. So our trivia question is, guess the cost of the, how much the cost of initial, wait, sorry, this is mine. Okay, Hearst Mining was constructed in 1907. How much would the cost of initial construction have been in 2020? So for any architecture majors or business majors, for that fact, maybe you guys have a slight advantage. Okay. All right, nobody saw that. All right, we'll give everybody 15 seconds. The 3 closest answers will get a raffle point each. All right. Okay, so this may come as a surprise, but the correct answer is $18.3 million. So now we're gonna end our tour by showing you 2 iconic Berkeley spots, the Campanile and Doe Library. So on a typical day, you might see a lot of families or tour groups taking photos outside these famous Berkeley locations. So let's go to James, who will show you the Campanile.
Hi guys, I'm here at the Campanile. And no, Campanile is not these trees, although they are beautiful. It's this whopping huge tower that people know it for. Fun fact, Campanile is actually the 3rd tallest bell and clock tower in the world. You know, not to flex, but some people like to flex on the Stanford Hoover Tower, which is at 285 feet. But if you didn't know, the Campanile is actually 307. So Stanford, I don't know, just saying. Another fun fact, if you want to learn how to play the bells inside the Campanile, where'd it go? There you go. There's a decal for that. I hear it's kind of like playing the piano, but like with your hands and feet. So I don't know, that might be kind of cool. And then one awesome fact about the Campanile, let me hop on over so y'all can see, is on a clear day, you can actually see the Golden Gate Bridge right across from it. So as you can see, it's somewhat of a clear day, but pretty foggy. But yeah, if you just sit on these steps, then you can see the Golden Gate Bridge, and like it's a great view. I've come here to have like deep talks with my friends, like during sunset hours, like good vibes. So hopefully you guys can see that once you're here and experience that. Yeah, and that's the Campanile. So now back to Cameron at Doe Steps.
All right, guys, it's me again. Before I show you guys Doe Library, I'll just give you guys an overview of where I'm at. So right now I'm on Memorial Glade, which is basically it's like in the middle of campus, and people would just come here in between classes to lounge about, to play frisbee or like spike ball, like those people and whatnot. And so Berkeley actually has like a million libraries. Like this one is East Asian Library. They have really nice stairs, and they also have like these night lamp things in case you study there at like 2 a.m. These two buildings, like no one really cares about them. They're irrelevant. This is Evans again. I just have to repeat how ugly it is. I think Evans is so stuffy. I hope I never have any more classes there. This is the Campanile. Definitely go up there when you're a student because it's free. And then this is the famous Doe Library. It's really nice because I think people like to study there because it has natural lighting and all that. But like it's super quiet. So like one time I yawned in there, and then like everyone heard me because it echoed across like the entire ceiling. This is another library because we love to study. It's Moffitt Library. I would go here because they're like, it's really modern, and it has a really modern design, and it has nap pods. So if you ever get tired at night, you can just take a nap. But yeah, this is the library. People take grad pics here. It's the it's the vibe.
Okay. Thank you, Cameron, for that lovely depiction of Berkeley. You really sold Berkeley to all these incoming freshmen. That pretty much wraps up our tour. So we'll be posting a recording of this tour onto our YouTube channel. So if you liked it, feel free to share it with other people who you know are coming to Cal. So on our YouTube channel, you can also find other videos about how to survive as a CS major, or videos such as where the best boba shops in Berkeley are. So I hope y'all were tallying your alpha points, because on the form on screen, the bit.ly.Cal Tour raffle, you can self-report the number of points that you have. The raffle prize consists of Berkeley merch and a starter pack for doing online college, which you won't want to miss out on. So let us know what type of other content you'd like to see and what else you'd like to learn from Cal. Also, if you're interested in a Christian group at Cal, you can visit our website at a12berkeley.org, or feel free to email any of us to get plugged in. Inez should be dropping our email addresses in the chat. So when school starts this fall, we'll have interest groups, which is a great way to pursue your hobbies and meet other students. If you're interested, you can also fill out the raffle form, and there'll be more information on there. So some of our interest groups include movies, life hacks, and more. So lastly, we'll be sticking around and answering any questions that you may have about campus or college life at Berkeley. Just feel free to submit questions in the Q&A. Feel free to ask about anything, whether it's majors, extracurricular activities, or like even what's the weather like in Berkeley. So thank you everybody for joining. We hope that you guys can stick around and ask questions and talk with us in the Q&A section.